1 week left until voters head to the polls. The ballot is full of tough choices, from president to a handful of propositions. But the big challenge is keeping all those ballots in order. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Guy Atchley.
And I'm Jennifer Waddell. It is a big election. Many of you're already voted. Others are holding out for Election Day. But how do officials handle your vote? And how do they make sure everything's accurate and honest? Not on Your Side's Craig Smith is live at the Pima County Election Division with some answers. Craig?
Well, Jennifer, for Pima County voters, all the votes pass through this building right here on Country Club, just a little bit south of Valencia, and a lot goes on here to make sure your vote is counted accurately and honestly. Workers open the sealed envelopes here and verify signatures, all while observers from both major parties watch to be sure everything's by the book.
Seeing the whole process, it does make you realize that there are a lot of checks and balances to make sure that everything is processed legally and according to the rules.
I can tell you where every envelope has gone to. I can tell you where every ballot has gone to. I know the serial numbers where the ballots have been sealed into bags to be transported to the scanning room.
In the scanning room, workers keep a strict accounting of ballots they scan and make sure all of them count properly. If they see a ballot was damaged, they may make a duplicate, with observers watching to make sure the new ballot matches the original. All stages of the process are on surveillance cameras. Hundreds of these precinct packages through the warehouse, down the hall, will be going out to the polling places in a span of about 8 days. But on election night, the ballots and most of the rest of this will come back in the space of a few hours. The packages are in stout steel cages with combination locks programmed to fresh combinations each election, and those locks stay locked until just before the polls open.
When they can officially open that box Tuesday morning before the polls open, there is an accounting of what they do. So they have a separate accounting to say in precinct X, you're supposed to receive this many ballots. Make sure you have those, and that your sample ballots, the ballots that people are getting in the mail today through the next couple of days, actually is for their particular precinct.
Now, the polling places do include some touchscreen ballots. Those are mostly designed to be used by disabled voters. Now, some critics have raised some serious questions about the accuracy and honesty of those touch screens and whether they are prone to tampering. What Brad Nelson tells us is those machines also produce printouts on paper that can be used to audit them for accuracy.
Craig, let's talk a little bit about those voter ID requirements, just as a reminder for folks.
Arizona does have a voter ID law, and some of these laws are controversial around the country. Now, in Arizona, what you do need to bring is some sort of government-issued photo ID like your driver's license, and it must include your address. So that means something like a passport, for instance, would not satisfy that requirement. If you cannot come up with if you cannot come up with a photo ID with your address, two forms of non-photo ID could be permissible, things like your voter registration card and something like, say, a utility bill, as long as that bill is no more than 90 days old.
Craig, thanks so much.